pieces because that's what we need. Head this way. Two more. Make sure we check that. This way. This is just the let's head to a different place. Let's grab this mantis. Save. Let's go this way. Around. would not recommend getting one of these right here on these train tracks because I don't know if they're electrical or not. I don't want the electrical. A slogan, Flight from the Sun. Jet A slogan and his crew were tasked with investigating the wreck of a mysterious ship floating in the outer reaches of the solar system. Little do they know that this is just the start of an adventure that will end on a mysterious alien city, floating in space where they will discover an ancient evil with a nefarious plot to plunge the Earth into new ice age. Well, that's nonsense. Let's head back down. Let's go to the other building over there. 8th March 1962. Leafing through these old papers hasn't turned up much, but there's a mention of some device that might get us through the wall. They called it a signal redirector. Not much to go on, but a few names. Garrow and Windfall shipment. Bit more gin on this Windfall shipment says it was due to be sent through Skidmore in case of emergency. I'll be damned if we can get out of here, Lieutenant Litton. Let's go this way. Here. Yeah. Remember. Here. Here. Oh yeah. Kindly do your job, Mr. Grout. I do not wish to hear about your troubles with ordering paint or your tales of woe relating to how long this is all going to take. The crux of the matter is that every trace of Bard's former presence must be removed as soon as possible and repainted in accordance to the core signage and livery guide manual that you have been issued. Kindly do your job. Sincerely, E. Rawlinson. Aussie. Here. Resolve. Westfall last contact. A Bard document written in frantic handwriting. Situation. Wind scale in flames. Whole zone in quarantine. Fled the main road to Stagfield Crag before soldiers closed it. Site Moriah sealed. Main gate requires power. Me. Lie low and explore perimeter. Do not get spotted or area under core authority. Jane. We need a signal redirector to reroute gate power. I know Windfall had one. Windfall's last contact was Skidmore 38.077.4. You'll need to. This end is tore off. back to where we were and open go in that house. Wish we could. Open. Reload. Blue. Let's go this way. Save. Let's go upstairs and look. Do you see these little gnomes? I've seen them everywhere. I'm not sure exactly what they're for, but I shoot them just in case because I don't know if it's just, let's say one more time since my health is up, if it's just a achievement for shooting them all, but I just do it just to be safe because you never know. Let me look at one thing. Need one more. Let me that and that. Make sure we have enough room. Let's on the other side. Electronics there. It's empty. Let's go on the other side. Here. Here. And here. John Steele, gunpoint. John Steele embarks on another thrilling adventure, this time tracking down a blackmailer in the frigid wilderness of Newfoundland. Racing against time to solve the mystery, Steele must deduce which of the crew of a remote radar station is guilty before a final thrilling confrontation with a deadly sniper hidden in the frozen wastes. That sounds like mine. Not. That's the weapon we get when we first start. I don't need it. I think I do. At least. I won't make it out of organics alive. A. If you're reading this, you got my message and you know the so called red string got you. You know what the quarantine procedures are like. I won't make it out of organics alive. Or if I do, I won't be the same. I've programmed a machine unit to bury these supplies for you. It's not much, but I hope it will keep you alive long enough for help to come. I shouldn't have told you what was really going on at Moriah a long time ago, but I was frightened of the repercussions. I've heard of other scientists disappearing for less than fractions, no matter how high up in the core pecking order they are. If you see me again, please run the other way. I don't want to hurt you, but I won't be able to stop myself. All my love, G. Let's go back in. Excuse me, Mr. Curry. Let's head in. So, I think I found it. Woohoo! Let's head back out. Don't think he'll come out here. Let's grab this. Yes. I successfully crafted an upgrade to the signal redirector. It can now hack robots and robotic locks to change their allegiance and recognize me as an ally. Okay, let's go back where we were. Let's check our map. And we'll go here. Sure enough. Okay. Let's save.
Unauthorized personnel detected. Security lock engaged. Recalibrated. Access.
The robots will be the limbs of the orbital. Know you have the Geist event. Space is a dangerous place to visit, and staying there is expensive. The robots will be the limbs of the orbital, therefore, and the decantation folk will be its brains in every sense. In a single stroke, 90% of the life support problems become moot. Between the atomic pile and the solar stack, energy is not a concern, and energy is their main constable. One has to admire the symmetry of it all. I know where we can go.
Could smell that.
rating. Access granted.
Terry Arbonite's notes. Liberation transcript. Terry Arbonite's notes, 20th October 1957. Should things deteriorate, as I'm afraid they will, 204 will collect me from the processing department and take me to the pneumatic dispatch room in synopsis. 204 programmed with the necessary security codes. I'll be dispatched to a secluded spot in the network and sleep this nightmare off. Suffered nightmares like clockwork in the good old days when I still had a body. They tell me you don't dream in hibernation. I hope that's true. Let's see what skills we have. Reprogramming mechanical enemies with the signal redirector MK2 lasts longer. I need that. Here. Take Unit 204's mentation module to the pneumatic dispatch room inside Synopsis. I found Sergeant Arbonite's workshop in the tunnels. He wasn't inside, but his deactivated Hypnotic Unit 204 was. A copy of his notes mentioned him reprogramming Unit 204 with security codes and ordering it to take him to the pneumatic dispatch room inside Synopsis. I've collected 204's meditation module.
Bishop. Tactical reposition.
My health wasn't all the way up. Oh, you just have to go back to the water treatment.
No, you listen to me. The contamination levels are through the roof. Red lines crossed here, there, and everywhere. This is an emergency. You assigned me to this bloody hole, and I am doing my job. Are you listening? Oh, that's a neat trick. You've changed into somebody else. Very odd. Mind you, everything's a bit odd these days. Anyway, whoever you are, listen to me. You need to take a message. Colonel DeVere reports contamination levels are through the roof. Got that? Through the roof.
It is a bit late for that, Colonel. It's spread all over the site.
It's what? The blasted stuff is loose? Just a tick while I check my internal clock. Processing. Wait, that's not the right day, or month, or 5 years? It's time I got this mess sorted out. I didn't get pulled out of a fiery wreck and shoved in a jar just to while away my time in this sewer. And what of my project? What of High Albion?
I have no idea what Albion is.
No? Well, let me tell you. It may just be the greatest achievement in all of Britain's storied history. Enough talk. You must take me to the command center. I need to learn all the gen on the current state of affairs. Hurry now.
Take Colonel DeVere to the command center and plug him into the console. I've found the brain of Colonel Danvers DeVere, one of the processing department. He was stationed in water treatment where he was monitoring the water quality before being put into hibernation. He spoke of Project High Albion and urgently request to be taken to the command center. Let's mark that. Let's save. Head back down. We'll head out and restore this place. We'll save our atomic battery in case we need it.
isn't good. I see this place has gone to wreck and ruin without me.
Perhaps you can help us get things back on track then, Colonel.
I heartily agree, Dr. Spender. So, what state is High Albion in? What's our status?
High Albion. Was that the project? Oh, all in a muddle.
Then it sounds like we have some catching up to do.
Use the controls in the command center to choose another of the site's 3 facilities to unlock. By returning a second member of the processing department, permission level 2 has been reached. This will let me unlock an additional facility from the command center. Can't you tell me what High Albion is?
Top secret, I'm afraid. Very hush-hush.
I never approved of all the secrecy, I remember that. Just a shame I can't recall what the project was.
Never mind all that. You there, bod with the legs. What are you up to?
Yes, I don't think I ever asked. What exactly do you want?
I'm looking for a way out of the zone.
Well, we can offer you extraction. Indeed, ours might be the best way out of the zone, when I consider your options. If that's what you want in exchange, consider it done. More is coming back to me now. I'm sure that with the rest of our colleagues from the processing department returned and restored, we shall be able to shed some much-needed light on all of this.
It means we're going to trust you, stranger. Don't let us down. We'll see this place back to its former glory, eh?
And we can offer you extraction in return. A way to escape the zone. Now that the site is at permission level 2, another of the facility sections is accessible to you.
Work with the processing department and they may offer you extraction. I've begun to return the brains of the processing department to their console in the Moriah Command Center. They've talked of a way to escape the zone. If I help to find their colleagues and return Site Moriah to its former glory, they've offered me extraction. Where should I go now?
Wherever you like. Following your nose has got you this far, hasn't it? You seem to have good instincts. Trust them. Please, try to find more of our colleagues and bring them back.
Access granted to Synapse.
Get our weapon out. Let's see what he says. What Papa says, rather.
Inside the walls, this is a novelty. You'll find the locals rather unfriendly, sad to say. After all, you are digging deeply into matters left long undisturbed. Be cautious here. Science delayed may become science depraved.
Find them.
activated synaptic units. I can provide human-valued goods in return. Object satisfies quality parameters. You found a mentation module. I shall add it to my collection. Give me a moment and I'll process this for you. Visualizing an hourglass may help alleviate the tedium. Processing complete. This is the latest data that I have extracted from their memory.
Mention visualization output unit destination 204T Arbonaut personal unit. Delivery of Arbonaut to Nomadic Network Control Semnotics complete. Dispatch Arbonaut to Deep Storage Interchange Skinnermore Entrance Access Codes 488-T-AD complete. Default routines. Return to assigned location complete. Emergency task receive shutdown. Destructive comply. We'll do that later. Some more electronics. Button. Some more ammo. Dr. Garrow's interest in the business of this site absolutely and empathetically not. She is not to be issued a pass. She is not to be given access to our records, and she is absolutely forbidden from even learning of the existence of Unit 45. Garrow is enough of a thorn in the side of the Windscale site. We do not need her bringing her brand of self-interested interference here. Jennings. Those are titles. Happy. Let's save. Let's save again. Since my health is all the way up. This may be fine. Display first up here. Save again.
Slice. Kill.
I didn't move back in.
stated that this deal is equitable. Be sure to... bring me back an interesting subset of the ephemera that you retrieved. Do not forget to search for deactivated synaptic units. I can provide human... This is an algorithmically satisfying object. An optimal... Be sure to bring me back an interesting subset of the ephemera that you retrieved. I am grateful. I have come. Be sure to bring me back an interesting subset of the ephemera that you retrieved.
It's much easier when they're separated. I have come. Be sure to bring me back an interesting subset of the ephemera that you retrieved. Do
sure to bring me back an interesting subject of the ephemera that you retrieve.
Mince the meat. Kill.
Save. Oh, no. Save. Should be safe here. Ish. That's me. Save one more time. Listen out.
Get away with you. It's all sealed, you dolts. The security failsafes are all ready to trick. Oh, they fired. Well, bless my heart. How very unfortunate. And you? You're inside. I'll wager you caused a good bit of trouble to do that, eh?
What have I
It's
done?
going to be one of those. Inflicted a whole gamut of security failsafes to gain entrance to this place. Our metal friends shall all be awake now, and no doubt in a frightful bait. They're set to full hostility, you see, and there's no changing that. Not while the site is fully secured, at any rate. I hope your little trip here was worth it.
What went on in this lab?
A beautiful marriage between the organic and the artificial. That's how the lead scientist described it. As treatments go, it has more of a right to be described as radical than most. The units too. Though they're closer to machines than we of the processing department. What a vile, miserable existence.
Why do do this to yourself then?
Do this to myself? You actually believe that I wanted this? I used to work for Bard. I was an engineer at Windscale, seconded to work at that interchange, all very hush-hush. I don't remember the accident, but they told me it was remarkably nasty and involved mining equipment. I demurred to learn the details. Waking up to find oneself with the autonomy of a tadpole in a schoolboy's jam jar was not a glorious moment. Only way to save my life, they said. I'm sure. It could all have been treatable for all I know, but that wretched man Keen likely leapt at the opportunity for another guinea pig. They called it a cross-departmental transfer. Gave me a lofty title here at Core, as if that might make up for the limbs they'd taken from me. All that fuss and bother just for me to end up asleep in an office for 5 years. One immediate matter concerns me, however. You. How is it that you're here? But of course, you must have had permissions to get into the laboratory in the first place. So, Gillian is awake, I'm not particularly enthused about any of the probabilistic outcomes of taking me back to the command center. But then I suppose it's up to you, since you're the one with hands. Well, go ahead and take me back if you must.
Take Dr. Hartnell to the command center and plug him into the console. I found the brain of Dr. George Hartnell, one of the processing department. He was hidden in the synopsis behind a number of security measures. He reluctantly agreed to be taken back to the command center. For the attention of all core staff, as part of the ongoing work to achieve mutual interconnection across Site Moriah, oversight of all major facility access and systems have been transferred to the command center. Any queries regarding the change should be raised with the department.
here again, hmm?
Hello, Dr. Hartnell. What is the status at Synaptics?
The synaptic units are active again and being a blessed nuisance.
That's unexpected. My program menu orders had them deactivated after their primary directive. Oh, I remember that. That's good.
I'm delighted for you. But tell me, what about Keen?
Keen? Him. He's elsewhere, I think.
Very good. The more elsewhere, the better.
By returning a third member of the processing department, permission level 3 has been reached. This will let me unlock the third and final facility from the command center. Wait, those robots with brains were under your control?
They assisted us, yes. With their limbs, mostly. How their brains were used. It wasn't very charitable to the higher functions. We tend to regard them as on par with golden retrievers. Well-meaning, but dim.
Listen to me. There is evil at work here, and needs must that it be confronted. The red strain threatens all of humanity.
You're right, of course, we must do something.
And you have a grand plan, do you, Danvers? We must complete High Albion. It is the only way we might get out of this dreaded mess.
Albion! Yes, that's it! I remember it all now. Project High Albion. There lies our salvation, of course.
Can you please explain what Albion is?
High Albion is a miracle. Oh, how we looked forward to wiping the smiles off the faces of the Americans and the Soviets. It's a space station. Still under construction, but intended, designed, and by God destined to be the greatest laboratory ever envisaged in human history. From High Albion, we could look to the stars. Perhaps even trace Oberon's path and find its origin. In splendid isolation, unbounded by gravity and our brief spans of mortality, anything might be possible.
Go on.
There is a chance the red strain remains contained within the zone. If that were true, the outlook will be brighter. But when disaster struck, those 5 years ago, we learned of an order issued upon the highest authority. An order to smuggle the seedling samples of the red strain out of the site before the quarantine sealed it for good. Now, the samples were still very experimental, very fragile. The most likely outcome is that they died soon after they were removed from their laboratory environment. Combined with the probabilities of the rail tunnel collapse due to the secondary tremors from Oberon, the chance is low, but still exceeds the acceptable.
And in the hands of those dolts on the outside who saw fit to break the quarantine for those samples, the strain might just spell the end of everything.
The threat of the red strain is too large to lead to chance. But High Albion will allow us to find a counter to it. It's the only way to deal with the situation. And we may be the only ones with the knowledge and the facilities to do it. Gentlemen, it's decided. Start formulating our recovery plan. We will launch the rocket and leave this Earth for High Albion. With High Albion reborn, there is finally a way forward. Even if every living thing on Earth were to fall to this dreadful assimilation, we shall be the ones to offer hope of an eventual salvation.
We're going to space?
Not looking like that, you know. It was never the intention to carry our fragile human bodies into space. To be blunt, space hates us, and everything about it seems contrived to kill humans.
You need to breathe for a start, and the radiation up there would fry you like an egg in a pan.
We, however, can survive on minimal support. That was, after all, the primary intent behind our current state. And as a corollary, when all that's left is our minds, they can expand to be our whole selves. We are now creatures of thought.
And you may be sure that it's a miserable existence, my friend. Revel in your limbs while you may.
But you promised me an escape.
Rest assured, help us up to High Albion, and we'll ensure your safe extraction and transportation out of the zone. You won't be able to join us on this trip, but escape shall be waiting for you, I promise. In the meantime, we need the rest of our colleagues to raise the site from its slumber. Please keep searching for them. It's vitally important. And now that we've a few heads back together, my memories are returning. Oh, it's extremely refreshing. Perhaps I can assist you with any queries you have.
Can you tell me more about High Albion?
Yes, why not? It's so nice not to have to be secretive all the time. Especially now that the secrets are coming back to me. The aim and product of Project Albion is High Albion Station. No more or less than a space station orbiting the Earth. It's up there right now, constructed by robots after launches from Woomera, Australia, and a terribly secret rocket base in Kenya. It isn't quite finished yet, but the bulk of it's done. Its aim is twofold. Firstly, to offer a stepping-off point for missions afield, the Moon certainly, but even Mars and Venus. Secondly, it will be the best appointed laboratory in Earth's history, capable of research into any of a dozen different disciplines. If a scientific solution exists to any problem, it shall be found in High Albion.
What is this place, Site Moriah?
This place? Oh, it was terribly secret, although I don't suppose that matters now. Nominally, an RAF research station, engine testing and so forth.
That's how Terry and I first got roped in.
The reality was, it was all a magnitude more ambitious than the main wind-scale site. Bard was tinkering with Oberite. We were running with it. We being the Coordinated Orbital Research Establishment, of course. When Bard's research here began to look promising, Core moved in. Thanks to Oberite and the technologies they developed in the interchange, we had the makings of our very first orbital project. Bard knew very little of our work here, of course. We slot neatly above them in the pecking order. Core, Site Moriah, Oberon, they are the reasons High Albion exists, and us, for that matter. We were created here, and now we have the honor of running things. But, well, when things ran amok, we were quarantined too, much the same, but a different protocol, you see. No one was to know this site had ever existed.
This site was controlled by a group of brains?
If you wish to be so literal about it, yes. We, the processing department, were in charge of the site. Our logic circuits were designed such that we have great power when all of us are together. We make our decisions as a council, overseeing the site's operations from here. Well, the rocketry and space exploration program, at least, Core, created us so that we might lead the human race to frontiers never before reached. I appreciate you might see us confined to these glass jars, but in truth, our minds have never been so free. We live throughout the site, and soon we shall live on High Albion in the heavens.
Dr. Spender, I did have just one trifling question. High Albion Station should be sending automated signals connect. It appears the logs...
Access granted to
Plastic.
Organics
Yes, looks like
Laboratory.
some sort of interference field in the way. It'll likely play havoc with our electrical systems on the way up. It appears to be centered on the Oberon side. I dread to think what state that's in now. We'll need to do something about that, but all in good time, though.
Excuse me. So we get a stitch. Might have to be back sometime tomorrow to explore this plate organics and see what we can find, and we'll see how far we get. Possibly win this part, but we'll just have to be the end story tomorrow. But we'll just have to see how far we get. But thank you for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow. Let's save right quick. And I'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for joining.